Alright, guys, we are back. We are the High Watt Vapors. I'm Taylor, and my wife Stephanie is over here doing some editing right now. Um, I had a buddy of mine who's on our Facebook page send me a few questions he wanted me to answer. So I told him I was going to go ahead and put them in a video for him. Shout out to him. His name is Macho Matos. We call him Nacho. He's a badass motherfucker. But yeah, he had some good questions. So we'll just go ahead and dive right into them. He asked, will you in the future make a coil building tutorial for the coils you like the most? Yes, I will be making one. I plan on doing that tomorrow at some point in time. It all depends on what all we have planned for tomorrow. But I will get to it eventually. Hopefully it'll be posted tomorrow sometime, maybe afternoon, maybe evening. It all depends on how much time it takes to get it done. But yes, I will be making one of those. I also want to be doing a battery safety video to kind of give people a little bit more knowledge on battery safety. That's a big thing with vaping. You got to know about the batteries that you're using. You got to know what to look out for and all that stuff. And I'll get way deeper into that in the battery safety video. Next question. What kind of cotton would you prefer for the best taste? I'd definitely say Ninja Wick, Cotton Bacon Prime, and Native Wicks Platinum. Those are my three all-time favorite cottons to use. They've got little to no break-in flavor at all. Also, they seem like they hold juice really well under high heat. I always vape super high wattages, hence the name High Watt Vapors. Both me and my wife do. So we need something that's going to be able to handle some power. So yeah, definitely Cotton Bacon Prime, Ninja Wick, and Native Wicks are in the top three. And then he says, what juice brand would you say makes the all-time best juices? That's a really, really, really hard question. For us, we say it's Mr. E-Liquid. Again, this is all subjective. So our views may be different than 10,000 other people's views. But for us, Mr. E-Liquid and the subsidiaries that Mr. E-Liquid works with. It seems like they've got the really, really nice, clean juice. It's got good percentages in there of different flavors, so you know you're getting a nice, strong, flavorful hit. And on top of that, it's clean. You don't have to worry about rebuilding and re-wicking all the time because your coils are all gunked up. Yeah, that juice may be fantastic, but is it worth it that you vape it for half the day and your coils end up getting all shitty? I don't like doing that. I don't like dealing with it at all. So yeah, I like the stuff that Mr. E-Liquid makes. Next up, he said, for people who want to start vaping, any starter kits you would recommend? Mainly, I'd say go into your local vape shop and check it out. See what devices and kits and everything that they have available. First of all, I'd say that just starting out, depending on where you're wanting to go with it, start out with something basic like an Ego kit. Those are extremely easy to use and they're a bit more like cigarettes. They give you that mouth to lung draw, it's restricted, and it gives them that nice throat hit that they're looking for. If they're wanting something with a low nicotine that they can get bigger vapor production out of, I'd say look for the sub-ohm kits that they have. That's the device and the tank all in one. They usually sell them in boxes. Pretty much at every single vape shop they've got some type of kit there. Or even I'd say go to like that smoke stick. I don't know what exactly it's called, but I know those are really good also because they only have one button, so you don't have to adjust the power or anything. Sometimes people, when they first start out, they're kind of nervous about that. They don't want to have to adjust any power or anything. They're saying, I smoke a cigarette, I don't have to adjust any power on that. Why should I have to adjust power on this? Give them a chance to break it in. Always find something the most basic that they can find. That way it's easier for them to get the hang of it, to get the hang of how to inhale on it, and what to do and how works best for them. Next up, do you ever order juice online? If so, what websites would you recommend? Sadly, no, I do not order my juice online. I like to support my local shops. I go to all of them, and I like to kind of get a little bit of juice from every single one of them. If I did order online, I'd go to MrEliquid.com. I'd go to Element Vape. I'd go to the Drip Club. Places like that, the really high-end ones. But again, like I said, I don't order online. So, I mean, that's pretty much where I sit on that one. I don't really have anywhere to recommend because I've never really ordered online. But those ones seem like they'd be the best. How often should you rebuild coils? Good question. First of all, rebuild your coils if they're shorting out. Definitely. You don't necessarily have to rebuild if you've burnt your cotton. All you really have to do is just pull out that old cotton, dry burn it a little bit to burn off all the crap that's on there. I usually do a quick spritz with water underneath a faucet running a really, really small stream. I heat it up and then just dip it under there. Just the coils, just to be sure that everyone understands that. But yeah, after that, it seems like it cracks off all that crap that's built up on your coils, and then just tap it again. It evaporates off all the water. Slap some new cotton in there, juice it up, and vape away. And that's what works for me. I usually re-wick maybe every week or so, sometimes longer. And then I rebuild maybe once every 2 months in my RDAs, just to kind of keep them fresh. And eventually sometimes buildup does get underneath all the wraps and everything, and there's no real way to get it out. So it's just easier to rebuild or put some new coils in, whatever you want to do. What are the top 3 all-time favorite flavors? Top 3. Bam! Number 3. Heartbreaker. It, in my opinion and my wife's opinion, kind of tastes like a pink Starburst. It is phenomenal. We love it. That was one of the first flavors that I fell in love with. That's made by Mr. E-Liquid. Number 2 is going to be Valère, made by Valère. It's a maraschino cherry reduction with a graham cracker crust. God damn it, I can't talk. And then some type of vanilla or vanillas. I don't know. It's fucking delicious. It's the only flavor that I found that actually got cherry right. Every other cherry ends up tasting like Delsum or some type of cough syrup or Robitussin or something not vapeable. Something that you don't want to vape. Other than that, my number 1 and all-time number 1 is going to be Neptune. It's strawberry blueberry with a vanilla drizzle. That is made by Mr. E-Liquid, and that is the first ever flavor that I found that was an all-day, everyday vape, and I vaped that straight for probably close to a year. That was the main thing that I vaped. I tried other things in between there, but I always ended up going back to Neptune before the end of the day. So, yeah. There's my top 3. Top vape shop in Decatur would be Blow No Smoke. I don't know if you guys can see this. Blow No Smoke. Awesome shop. Love them. Really cool guys in there. It's owned by Mr. E-Liquid, so the guys up at corporate are freaking awesome. Big shout out to all you guys. Mike, you're my guy. Next up would be probably Forsyth, because that's right up north of Decatur, and that would be Vape Vault, and that's where my boy Alex works. You guys saw him in one of our last videos, Grim. He's a badass motherfucker. So definitely, if you guys are here in Central Illinois, be sure to either check out Blow No Smoke or Vape Vault. Top 2 shops. Sorry, Macho. I had to cut you out there. I put in 2 shops. So there's that. Favorite mod I use all the time. That would be my RX. This is the RX 200S, but it's modded, so it's got a whole bunch of extra goodies in it. I'll probably be doing a review on it here in a little bit. I just got it off of a buddy of mine. He didn't use it, so we ended up doing a little trade, and I ended up getting this off of him, and I fell in love with it. On top of that, I love the Stormtrooper look, because I'm big into Star Wars, love Star Wars, always have loved Star Wars, so the Stormtrooper, I definitely fell in love with it, and this little motherfucker shows the time. How badass is that? I love it. Alright, next up is, do you have any advice for beginners wanting to cloud chase? Yes, I do. For you beginners who want to cloud chase and who have little to no knowledge about vaping or about building coils or battery safety, I definitely say you gotta start out with a regulated device. Something that's probably a minimum of like 100 watts. And, I mean, you can go up from there. There's a whole bunch of them out there. But a regulated device, you're going to want to get a dripper, an RDA, rebuildable dripping atomizer. Or you could even go, with your RDA, you're going to want to go to the shops. Most shops nowadays have pre-built or pre-wrapped coils. Whether the pre-wrapped ones come in like sticks that are already fine wound and everything. It's the Claptons and Aliens and Helixes and Staples and Caterpillar Tracks and all those. But they're in nice rods already, so you can actually wrap your own coils. Or you could get the pre-wrapped ones that are already put into little coils, which is what I've got right now in my dripper. And, I mean, those are just so much easier. You buy them, you plop them in, you adjust them, you wick it, you throw juice on it, and you vape. I mean, there is nothing wrong with that. Another thing, you're going to want to get low nick to no nick juice. For somebody who's wanting to cloud chase, you don't want to sit there with like a 6 nick and try and take a big old rip off of it, because you'll get over nicked quick as hell. And if you do too much of that, you're going to end up getting a headache, and you're going to feel sick and everything else. Next up, you're going to want to get some high heat cotton, like the ones I mentioned earlier, Ninja Wick, Native Wick, and Cotton Bacon Prime. Those are going to be the ones that give you, in my opinion, the best performance for a high heat cloud chasing build. That's what me and my wife go for, and that's what we use regularly. So yeah. Next up, he said, because of your drop video, I plan to buy one. Payday. Fuck yeah, dude. My guy. He said, do you have a top 3 RDA recommendation? Yes, I do. Drop. Number 1. Number 2. Phenotype L. Baby, could I see your vape real quick? Boom. Phenotype L. By Aria. And then the next one would be the Mason 24mm with the 2-post deck. It's got a 2-post velocity style deck, and it's fantastic. I had one, used the fuck out of it, used it so much that I stripped out the posts on it, so I couldn't use it anymore, and it's retired in my vape box now. But yeah, those are my top 3 RDA recommendations. Other than that, Macho, thank you for your contribution, man. I appreciate the questions, and I appreciate the love on Facebook and everything. That about wraps up the video for today. And yeah, so you guys be sure to like, subscribe, all that stuff if you want to. I mean, we'd appreciate it if you do, but if you don't, whatever, it's all good. You got lives. Yeah, but thank you guys very much for watching the video. We appreciate it. And you guys be sure to stay tuned and keep vaping. And please stop smoking cigarettes, everybody. Those things are terrible for you. And thank you guys very much.